You're dead.
All
It's
right.
true.
Yeah, to an extent, I know what you mean. All right, switching. Let's see. Next topic we got here is DDoSing, and all right. So the big news with DDoSing is that there's been a lot of Dota 2 matches, particularly EG Dota matches, that have been canceled because of DDoS. And I think we've kind of seen it with some streamers too, even in the StarCraft 2 community. And what's funny about that is our man Destiny here wrote a guide out on how to set up, VPSs and things like that to prevent, DDoSing and that sort of thing, just bringing you down and stopping your stream. So I guess the question is your VPS, is your guide, is the guide and the instructions that you're given setting up a VPS still working? Or does that
No,
still
it
work, Steven,
doesn't.
or
Why do
does
you
it?
think he got DDoS? He's a fucking scammer. Don't listen to Destiny for anything about
I
DDoSing.
charge $50 per DDoS service. Did you
Let
know
me
that?
find. Let me find.
It's on it's called, the name is DDoS Everse U or whatever. What's the
God.
site?
Oh, don't public. Please don't freaking promote that site. God, such an
Um
asshole.
no, my guide still works. I used it yesterday to reset up my shit.
Oh
Every
God.
time I move, or reformat my system, I never set my VP up again because I always hope that people forgot about it or just don't DDoS me. But then that guy came back, so I set
Of
it up again.
course. Oh my God. Forget about it. They're definitely gonna forget about it. Here, let me find. Hold on. I'm trying to find.
I
an
think
article.
I'm gonna sign up for one of those booter sites, and I'm just gonna start relentlessly DDoSing people until they have like their shit set up. Because it's a little annoying to see everybody still getting fucked by it. Like I have the solution for everybody.
Yeah, but the problem with EG is that their IP
It
is not
doesn't.
being changed right
They don't
now.
even protect their IP. They know they can change it if they want. They just have to call the ISP. Or
Yeah, you can change it. You can change it easily. So even if you have a static IP, you can change. I mean, it's not easy. You can go and change everything that needs to be changed to do it, but you can do it and then just set up
You
something on
need
it.
to the ISP cannot always change the IP. You need to refresh it
oh, they can change
yourself.
it.
No,
Fuck
you're
them. They
you're
might
talking
protect
about a dynamic IP. I mean, people that have static IPs can change them. It's not that hard.
All right.
Yeah, but I guess it's happening to a lot of other streamers, and
some ISPs are really fucking lame with it. I will admit that. Some ISPs, I know Comcast charges you $50 to change it. So if you don't have
oh
it,
God,
damn, that really fucking sucks. I tried to because I was trying to help Katz get his IP changed, and I ended up talking to the Comcast guy on the line, and he literally told me there was no way they would do it without charging him $50 for it. And the brand of router that Katz owns doesn't support MAC address cloning, so it's like completely
uh,
fucked.
that sucked.
I don't know. That's pretty fucking
So he
lame.
paid $50 to change his IP. He paid $50 just to literally for a guy to click a button that changes his
Button.
IP.
So you got a new
It's
IP from the.
like
It's,
fucking
it's pretty
crazy.
fucking ridiculous.
Oh my God. Okay, that's nice. But so have they reached out to you, Steven? I mean, I mean you were mentioning some names, some top streamers that have been getting harassed by DDoSers.
I mean, a little bit, but I really don't like helping people who live in team houses because it's a huge crap shot. If you want to secure a network, like going to somebody from a team house who's asking you to help you with VPS problems is a lot like going onto a boat with like 50, 100 people on it and one guy saying, "Hey, can you come patch my hole up?" When like everybody could have holes. Like to feel good about that, like I would have to be talking to every single person in the team house, make sure every single person has their Skype set up properly, make sure every single person isn't getting on Steam chat, make sure every single person
Well,
isn't a dumb
there
fuck that clicks random links from their Gmail or random links posted in chat with referral IDs so that people can capture their IP that way. Like when you get into team houses, when you've got a lot of dumb, not to be used as an insult, but a
dumb.
lot of dumb users together that can easily be, tricked into leaking their IP, it gets much more complicated. You
Well,
know?
I mean, the teams should have their own admin. That's or their IT person, right? That's like
Yeah, sure.
doing all
They
this
should.
for
I mean,
them.
there's no honestly at this point there's no excuse to be getting DDoSed anymore. The tools are out there. Even if you don't like my method, there are other ways to protect yourself from it. It's just a matter of people being lazy. And when people get paid doing this, like I can't imagine like why they wouldn't protect themselves. It's at the point now to where if teams can't play their matches because they're getting DDoSed, I think
That's
they
pretty
should just
bad.
be disqualified, or they should just give them a loss in a tournament. Like there's just no excuse for it at this point. For EG's Dota team to not be able to play in a tournament, they should just get DQ'd, or they just go 0-2 and they forfeit the matches. Like I can't imagine calling my boss every day and be like, "I'm sorry, I can't come into work. Like I ran out of gas last night. I'm sorry, I can't. I ran out of gas." Like he would tell you, like, "What the fuck? Like, why don't you just fill it up before your car runs out? You fucking idiot." you know? And it's the same way with tournaments. Like, why don't you have a VPS behind all your Skypes? Like, if this is your job and you want to be taken seriously, like an adult, and this is stuff that you have to do for your job, then you got to go out and fucking do it. Like, it's not all fun and games, unfortunately. Like, you have to grow up a little bit and get your shit together, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Des, what do you think? Have you been DDoS recently?
I was DDoSed. Was it 4 or 5 months ago or something? And
Dual
I couldn't get
router
my.
plus firewall is the solution. That guy's an asshole in chat. Sorry, the Meninico guy in chat is an asshole. Sorry, go ahead, desRow.
All right. Well, sorry for that guy. So I was getting DDoS, and I couldn't like. It took a while before my IP refreshed on its own, and that's actually how I broke my keyboard versus minigun on ladder because I couldn't practice. It was so frustrating. I felt so helpless. And then one of my mod let me use his VPN ever since, and it's quite useful. VPN's really nice. There's like a few companies that you can buy a VPN for like $5 a month.
Yeah, they're actually really cheap. Like all these things, all these
Yeah.
solutions are very, very cheap.
Yeah. It kind of
I am,
sucks, you know.
I am a system and network administrator for 10 years. What does that mean? You're used to overcharging your clients because they're businesses, so you give them unoptimized solutions so you can make a fuck ton of money at the end of the day to keep your company in business? Like, suck my fucking dick, dude. What you're suggesting would cost way more money than the solution that I'm offering, and my solution works just as well. If you're in the business of ripping off companies because they've got huge budgets and the people that work for those companies don't understand anything about IT at all, so you can get away with
Oh,
ripping
boy,
them
here
off,
we go.
that's cool. But when I've already got a solution out there that works and it's way cheaper than yours, why the fuck would you suggest dual internet connections and routers that can handle dual WAN bullshit? Like, come on, dude. Sorry, I'm done.
I mean, it's probably safe. Honestly, it's probably safer. What he's suggesting.
It's safer. It's safer in the same way that not fucking a girl ever means that you'll never have a child.
Right.
But like, there
Right.
are other things you can do to take action so that as long as you keep your IP from getting leaked, as long as your Skype is behind a VPS and maybe Steam is behind a VPS, then you're good. You're good to go. You don't need a second internet connection. You don't need any crazy VPN bullshit. You don't need some guy who says he's a network administrator for 10 years to give you some crazy fucking... Well, you've got to buy a $300 router to manage 2 internet connections from 2 separate ISPs. Like, you don't need that shit. Like, it's fucking
What's the
stupid.
difference between a VPS and a VPN?
This was explained to me at one point in time, but I can't... I think I'm really shitty at explaining it.
But a
VPN
VPN
stands for private network. VPS stands for a virtual private server. I think a server is kind of like a physical entity, but it's virtual, so it's not necessarily a physical entity that you can connect to. And a network is like an entire internet network that you connect to. So a VPS can exist on a VPN, but a VPN can't exist on a VPS, if that makes sense.
Okay, but they're both
Sorry.
equally good.
Yeah, they both.
No,
they both
no,
well,
no,
no.
They're different things. Fuck.
But
so
in
like
this
on a
situation, they're both useful. Because I'm on a VPN, and
They're both
when I
useful,
get-
but you know, with
They,
a V-
they both, yeah, they both can work. As long as, basically, all that matters, it doesn't matter if you use a VPS, a VPN, or if you fucking tunnel your shit through another one computer somewhere else on a different internet connection. As long as you make sure that your main IP address isn't being exposed to malicious entities, then you're fine. So as long as you have your Skype set up such that that IP is going somewhere else, like whether it's going to a VPS or going through a VPN, or whether it's routed to a fucking friend's house in Alabama or someplace in Canada, doesn't matter. As long as that IP that's being exposed on your Skype side isn't the IP that you use for your main network that you game on, then you're fine. It doesn't matter how you do it. You just have to figure out how to do it, you know?
yeah.
What about the Skype? Why doesn't it work? The new option.
No,
In order
no
to get into
idea.
that, I would have to be a software engineer that knew the inner fucking networkings and how Skype works. So
Yeah,
I can't
you
answer.
have, yeah, you have to know how.
I
It
don't-
works.
You don't have
Skype
to be
claims
angry
that-
because you don't know, man.
No, I'm not being
No,
angry.
but you
What
asked
the
that. You asked the question.
Yes, I'm telling you.
How are we supposed to know?
No, no,
man?
I wasn't. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be snarky. The reason why I say that is because I don't know if that option is true or not. Allow direct connections to your contacts only. Does that mean that if somebody sends me a friend request, they'll get my IP? Does that mean that Skype doesn't record my IP anywhere, such that there's not an exploit to get it off? Like, I don't know the answer to those questions by checking
Okay.
that box. And there are people who have that box checked who still get DDoSed. So I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
for
that's
sure.
a secure method or not. That's why I prefer taking Skype and forcing it, literally bending Skype over and ramming Windows Firewall up its ass to say, you can only fucking connect to 127.0.0.1. You will not connect to anything that I don't let you. And you know, and that's where you route your VPS or your VPN through. I think I know that method is 100% secure. I don't know if what Skype offers is 100% secure. You know.
Yep. All right, guys. So, anyways, those of you having some DDoS issues, definitely look into it, research it. It's not, again, Steven has a guide out. There's lots of ways, lots of guys out there to figure out how to prevent this from happening, and hopefully it won't happen too much. But okay, guys, let's go to a quick break, and then we'll go into viewer Q&A right after this. Is that cool? What are you laughing about, man?
Oh,
Okay.
Harrison in chat. Oh, okay.
What?
We're at the break, right?